Getting a tan just sitting at my desk because it's so bright and sunny, and just wanted to say hello. Hey friends, what's up? Alright, cool. I think I've finally gotten down the YouTube streaming. I got my chat here, like my secondary chat, just how I would on Twitch. And honestly, I didn't really have too many plans for today. I just wanted to say hi and kind of check in and see how everyone else is doing, and just let you know that I'm still here. And I didn't really do too many streams last week, so that was like not really too much to speak of in terms of live streaming. But on Wednesday, I did my regularly planned fun Twitch stream, and it has been working out all right to do weekly streams because that way I can do like one stream per week. It doesn't have to be all the time, so I do appreciate like being able to choose when I stream on Twitch. And I've been working on my website, so actually I was thinking about doing a little bit of updating my website, but I basically, okay, this is what I had in mind, and I was thinking we could do this today. Is I was like, what if I do a welcome screen that has like more information, and then from there you can click on a button that says, hey, if you are already a supporter on Patreon, then you can enter this other section. Because last time we chatted, I had basically like I was so proud of myself. I figured out how to make a password. This goes to show just how nubile I am with my my coding skills. I'm still just barely scraping the tip of the iceberg, or whatever the saying is. You know, when I'm barely scratching the surface of what I know is probably out there. Oh, I learned about something. Oh, I think I saved this. I've been trying to save all my bookmarks so that it's like I save so many things, and I've actually been organizing my bookmarks, and I don't know why. I feel like that's gonna help me stay organized and also just like reference things that I'm thinking about. But just yesterday, and I know where I could find the reference. It was in this really cool team. One thing that I really like about Twitch is that they have teams, and I'm on a few on there. One of them is the Live Coders team, and they're really nice and supportive, and a really cool educational team. And a lot of them are far more experienced than I am, so I wind up learning a lot when I go to their streams. And someone was talking about this site that was talking about the ethics of coding, or the ethic. I'll have to like retrace my steps just a little bit. Hey friend, hey, you made it. I figured you would notice if I posted an update that I was switching over to YouTube. I got my little team slideshow happening on my face cam, and one of those little icons is the live coders. Let me see the name of this cool website. If I can find it really quickly, I'll tell you right off the bat because it's on my mind. And they were talking about like as you're learning to code and as you're creating things like with technology, then how to stay present. I guess. Oh, I guess it was in response to the social dilemma was where this conversation was. It was just like a Discord comment that I'm talking. I'm so obsessed with Discord. I'm like on here every day. Yeah, so also recently my most recent video was about just making a new Discord server, and I made a basic server template download for people. And I know it's a common thing that people were doing because it was a new feature that they released not too long ago. I definitely missed the boat of the initial hype because this feature did come out several months ago. But maybe like 2 months ago they made it so you can create a template, like a just an H like a URL that you can share with somebody, and then they click on it and it'll download like a template basically of whatever server that you save. So anyway, I thought that was awesome, and I made a video all about it. And I did not make a template of my current server because my current server has like 50 roles or something that's totally out of the ordinary. Like I would hope that most people don't have to deal with all that. I just sometimes I'll have like on the weekends especially, I'll like to give myself extra time to work on things that I felt like working on. Okay, let me see. One thing is that people do have like a ton of posts, so like let me try to remember where I saw it. Man, I feel like I did save it too for myself. Honestly, now that I've gotten here, I just remembered how many channels they have. I don't remember where the hell it was. Offhand, but anyway, I'll find it and then I'll when I come back to reference it later, I'll let you know. I was like working on some organizing. Oh my god. Since Bright Angel Media is here, and I know Bright Angel Media is a fellow game developer and also more published than I actually strive to be a little bit more like Bright Angel Media in terms of publication and having, partner Discord server. I'm so definitely a little bit jealous about that, but I'll put that aside. I'm super just like friends and happy to be here and like happy to like just fuck around with the software, and I don't really need any special perks. Like I didn't do anything special to earn any extra perks. I got the Discord Hype Squad badge and I got Discord Nitro, and so now I'm like filling out all these like extra emojis and learning how to do the animated emojis and stuff. So I'm all pumped up about that. Oh, nice. Discord is life. Nice. You have 68 discords. I just thought that it was preposterous because if you really want to secure each one and you have to do the two-factor authenticator, it's just like I get so annoyed by like certain things will really rub me the wrong way, and like I do appreciate that feature, but it's like I don't want to have to do that with more than one or two accounts. It would drive me nuts. If I could have like branched out accounts, like how on Instagram and Facebook you can have like five different pages, or if you're me, you got like 15 different pages on Facebook. So I can definitely relate. I'm trying to get the hell away from Facebook because some of the shit on there I'm just like, oh my god. So right now I'm paying. We just started paying for Discord Nitro, which was like the first time I got Discord Nitro was a month ago, and I got like the first free month, and I was like reared up and ready to go. I'm like diehard Nitro fan now. So that's mainly because I was looking for an excuse to do some little animations, and I have this preposterous sketch of like, let's see. Oh man, I didn't put numbers by these. What was I thinking? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's just round out to about 15 different emotes. So I have like 15 emotes prepared, and since I only get like 5 or 6 on Twitch, then I was like, Discord, woo! Because like I'm never gonna get Discord, or I'm never gonna get like Twitch partnership, until I have like way crazy numbers. And honestly, I would probably have a heart attack if I was maintaining like 200 viewers at all times on Twitch. So I'll personally like usually go for kind of smaller encounters, and that's one thing that Discord kind of allows you to do is create these different rooms where I've noticed like I've really been exploring the different coolest discords that I've found, and I only have really a handful of like top favorites. I was gonna do a whole video about my favorite ones and hopefully get some suggestions from other people that know of similar types of discords, but I personally really like the ones that strongly emphasize education and art classes. I was noticing a couple lately that really help like instigate like art classes and even have like schedule of teachers and things. So but yeah, there is at least a few. I mean, I'm in over 100 Discord servers now. I finally had to make a second Discord account. Here you have like 69 accounts. How do you stay sane? Because most of them don't have the log in log out situation. Shout out about my awesome coaster from the Live Coders team. Yeah. Cheers, friends. We got some black cherry flavored sparkling water. No sugar or caffeine in this one. I'm just kind of self-conscious today. The lighting is super bright, and I don't really want to. I hadn't really perfected the daylight hours of streaming with the lighting and everything. That's probably a little better. Oh, 68 rolls! Alright. And 2 verified servers. Okay. For a second there, I was thinking that you were like logging in and logging out 68 times a day. I was like, I finally made a second server, and the second server was just so I could have that cool template that I could share on my YouTube video. And that one has a reasonable amount of roles, and just to get anyone started that wants to have an art server, or like art or game dev server or whatever, it's just pretty basic, But it was like, what the hell? When I first started to figure out Discord, it took me forever to understand. But honestly, it just was like little by little, I was like learning all the different things. And I probably got obsessed with using random bots before I learned the rules. And I would recommend anyone learn the permissions before you start adding random bots first. Instead, I was just like, ooh, new bot. Ooh, new bot. Like all the time I would be adding new bots, and I still have like 15 bots or something. Maybe 10. But at one point I had more. I started making my own apps in Discord. I guess you have to make an application, if you want to make an app, a game app. There's different things that you can do to get cool ass perks like uh what does your name stand for? Toxic FG? I don't know what I should call you, friend. I know most of my friends have at least 3 names that they go by, so I'm never really sure what to say. Um, I knew you as Dark Knight for the longest time. Then you were like Bright Angel, and now you're like Toxic FG. I don't know what that means. Well, anyway, I guess I was just kind of popping on. I wanted to say hi. I got small face mode right now because I was thinking about doing some productive things. I got my awesome drawing pad with my notes for my cool new characters. There were some things I wasn't totally happy with, but the thing I was happy about is learning some new software and also getting used to like Affinity Designer. So one cool thing with the drawing pad that I do actually have set up right now, we could do some drawing if you want, is that the drawing pad is super awesome for doing painting. And when I tried to paint in Affinity Designer, since it's a vector program, of course, it just wasn't really the same. But I'm like, wait, what? Because like there's this whole other dimension of Affinity Designer. Like not only can you open PSD files in Affinity Designer, and so you can have all your layers and things from your PSD, your Photoshop project file, bring all that into Affinity Designer if you want. But then you can also, I figured out this like crazy thing where personas, even though like we're in a vector program, you can choose to go into personas mode, and then it just like transports you into a whole another dimension. I was like, wait, what? I guess that's where I left off the other day. I had to look at some more tutorials, but I found these 2 particular funny art channels, and I've been watching a lot of tutorials, and I got a little bit sidetracked. Also, I did get sidetracked in some good ways too, because you know how there's like all these different dialogue systems for Unity, and how some people will just make their systems entirely from scratch. If you're a genius, or if you've been programming since you're 5 years old, then you already know how to make a dialogue system and just pull that straight out of your ass. Well, people like me, I didn't even realize that if I wanted to make games and I would have to learn programming, I would have started learning programming when I was like in grade school if I could have just been nudged in the right direction. But I just didn't really know better, and I was honestly obsessed with cartoons, and I always figured that I would work on a cartoon series. And when I met my partner, he was like, I could teach you how to make cartoons. So I was like, all right, sign me up. And I've been just trying to learn 3D modeling at the same time because it would be really cool. I mean, I've been trying for so long and I still feel like I really suck. So my goal is to eventually actually get good, and then, by then also be good at storytelling. Hey Clint, nice to see you. Hey. Oh, thank you for stopping by. Always nice to see you. I hope you're taking care. Well, hey, thanks. Someone gave my stream a like. Thank you. I got my awesome little stream deck and just some coffee and soda water and just trying to take it easy. It's like Sunday afternoon. And oh yeah, so one cool thing that you can do is if you wanted to paint and use these amazing brushes, one thing is I got these 2 different brush packs and I put them in here. But I was like, wait, they're raster brushes, so but why do they load up in Affinity Designer? And I was like, so excited to find all the answers. I still don't know all the answers yet, but we could just try to find some answers while, so long as we're here, you know? Yay! You actually have dialect system for your visual scripting talk about already done? Alright. Did you say the dialogue system, you probably made yours from scratch, right? Because I know I haven't gotten to play all of your games yet, but I did play at least one. I believe during Game Jam where there was some dialogue and inventory, some pretty intense inventory and dialogue system going on already. I feel like I'm speaking to the choir when you're when you're here. You're definitely like what I aspired to be able to like say that I've done, like, you know, a handful of real games. You know, I've done a few indie games and a few game jams with other people, but I've yet to like really comprehend C# well enough to make something of my own from scratch. So I've been looking at ways to cheat a little bit. And also because I mean I am not as intimidated because I have like, you know, I'm willing to Google things for freaking days on end. So some people don't really have that kind of patience. It's probably a form of insanity as well when you're willing to like not give up. But so anyways, if I have that in me, if I'm willing to like learn something, you know, and not give up, and it just takes me a lot longer, then fine. So I'll just do my best. And I've been looking for ways. Oh yeah, so I figured that that's the way if that's the way I feel, then there's probably other people that would also like to make games that feel even more intimidated. So I was thinking about it from an analytical perspective, that if I'm going to try out some different Unity assets, then it would be cool to know what they like, so that if other people come to me asking, hey, how can I make a game, or I have an idea for a game, and like I just have a story in mind, but I don't know any programming. Like, that's kind of where I'm coming from, and I imagine a billion other people, you know, probably feel the same way. That's probably my one idea that a lot of other people relate to. A lot of the time I feel so different than other people. I'm like, I don't think I have any ideas that a lot of other people would relate to. But then, you know, maybe, you know, when it comes to game dev or trying to do art, you know, it would be cool to just find cool resources and just kind of share whatever I find, I guess. So Fungus was the most recent cool thing that I found. But we already have we had started our own system in the Mom's House game from last holiday season. And we had started like a quest system with a little bit of dialogue, but not, we hadn't gotten far at all with our own dialogue system. So then we started to integrate the Unity dialogue tree thing. It was this like $60 Unity asset that we were trying. And then I was like, this thing's really complicated. And so I wanted to try something really simple. So then I was trying this thing called Fungus the other day. So anyone else who's an infected mushroom fan, such as myself, can really appreciate a Unity asset called just straight Fungus. So that was one thing. Also, okay, so if you have Unity Hub was trying to cock block me for like a few days. Oh, see, already it's giving me this another problem. It's like whenever I plug in my source to a different outlet, then it'll be like, wait, where did it go? It is plugged in though. Yeah, I had finally fixed up Unity Hub, but then I used it for a couple days and it was awesome. You know what, you don't always have to open it with Unity Hub. You can open it with just straight Unity. Oh yeah, see, my shortcut's broken. Computer doesn't know where it went. It's alright, I can tell the computer where it went. But you know what, let me just put this over here. I've had some bad experiences before with my quick access windows opening things against my will while I was streaming. I only had like 2 or 3 different trauma moments while streaming, but like it was enough to have like 2 separate panic buttons on my Stream Deck, and it's like right here ready to go. Like at any given moment I can stop the stream immediately. I have one that'll just like erase like whatever's on the screen, and then there's the other one that'll stop the stream altogether, you know. There was only like 2 times that something happened where I almost couldn't. It was like one time I was playing VR chat and something really inappropriate came up on stream that wasn't my content, and I was like, oh no. And that's when I realized that you don't don't ever go into a public room in VR chat while you're streaming without expecting the worst. Sweet. Alright. Escape from Earth is the main game. Sweet. And the others you can't find. Alright. Okay, wait. 200 hours to play the game or to that you spent making it? I'm not trying to insult you if you spent far more than 200 hours working on it, but someone the other day in Martian Games server made an indie game based on some funny conversations in there. Within 3 days, he said. It took him only 3 days. So it's entirely possible to make a full little game in just a couple of days. Alright, uh, oh yeah, I was gonna tell my computer where Unity went. It went on my new drive, and whenever I move in from the other room, it gets plugged in. Aha! It didn't get plugged in at all! Honestly, I used to feel really dumb when something like that would happen, but when that happens nowadays, I'm just like, that is the best thing that could have happened. Is like finding the answer real quick. Whenever I'm like looking for something and the answer is right there under my nose, I don't waste time feeling stupid anymore. I got other things to feel stupid about these days. I like to reserve my energy for when I'm like getting down. Um, oh, okay, on the visual novel core game. Friend, are you gonna have voice acting? I can try to throw my voice to suit your needs. I can use auto tune. I can make my voice real high pitched. Did you say that you're on Newgrounds? I forget. I peeked in there the other day and I was remembering all the good old times on Newgrounds, and I instantly found some really inappropriate games on there, and I was like, oh my god! I had to bookmark this one particular profile. I was like, I'm gonna save this for the next time I am trying out some crazy games. Because you know how on YouTube they're actually allowing you to have more control over the control. You know how on YouTube before they would just flag your video if it like possibly like hit any like bad thing. Like you're not supposed to do a lot of different things on YouTube, of course. So like it used to be completely just the algorithm, and well, it's still I think a lot of the times is, but I don't know for sure, but I think that YouTube is mostly algorithm, and then they have individuals based on however much they have to put towards the individuals to go through all those things. Um, ugh, I'm just grossed out just thinking about it. But oh yeah, so YouTube, the YouTube system. Anyone seen The Social Dilemma lately? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like hooked like 24/7. I'm a perfect example. I'm like already far gone. I'm already too far gone. I'm no hope for me, friends. No hope for me since I was like 12 and like AOL came out. I was like, oh my love, internet, internet, my other man, woman. Oh yeah, we were talking about Newgrounds, and then okay. Anyway, we're gonna open up Unity. That was the main thing. Alright, and the dialogue system has its own translation tools, plus a load of other tools. Cool. Is it the same dialogue system that I was using from the asset store, or did you say it was one that you made from scratch? Thanks for spelling it out for me. Sometimes I like read, I have to read things like 2 or 3 times sometimes, then even then, I'm not always 100% sure if I understand when it's just through like chat, you know? So if I ask a lot of questions, just let me know. I think earlier, didn't you say you were going to bed earlier? Don't let me keep you, friend, if you need to sleep. I'm trying to open up one of my Unity projects here. Program files. Whatever. It's over here. There it is, computer. If you open up Unity Hub from its location, then the computer knows exactly where it is. Also helps when your location is plugged in. That is my favorite mistake to make. So yeah, there's this one called Fungus, and it's actually a free asset. And actually, I can just open it really quickly and show you. If anyone here has never seen Fungus, it's a free asset on the Unity Asset Store, and a lot of people have talked about it. And actually, I had heard about it multiple times, and finally decided to go try it out. It's nothing new. Like, I am totally late to the party on this one, so I'm just trying it out for the first time. But I did try at least two other systems. One is the Unity dialogue system asset, and then the other one was called Venoma. And then Venoma got worked into Unity, I thought. Maybe Fungus is what Venoma became. Hey Google, what is Venoma on Unity asset? Maybe it'll tell me. Because I'm pretty sure that Unity bought it and like integrated it or something. Venom Unity asset. I don't know. Anyway, Venoma was around, like, there's clips of me using it from back in the day. It looks like kind of like a rainbow list of things that happen in a sequence. And it was mostly based in 2Ds, so I had to like put aside all my love for 3D to use it. But I really liked that here in Fungus, they got like all these really awesome demos, and my favorite demo was the one that was a first person controller. And it just, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna like totally use this for a bunch of little mini games next time I want to make a birthday present for someone and I don't know what to make. I'm gonna make a little mini game using this shit because anyone can use this actually. And there's all these docs right here. Let me see if I can find that one I was talking about. Honestly though, the one that we were already working on before in the Cyber City is like already really more advanced, so I'll probably wind up using it first, but this I'll probably use next chance I want to do like a short visual novel that I don't really personally need to like, I don't need to in my soul have to write it all from scratch. You know, I can use this and feel satisfied just writing a funny little story type of thing. Cool, friend. I'm so proud of you. You're so inspiring how you wrote it all from scratch. So awesome. What? Oh, you're in bed on the iPad? Okay. Alright. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Sometimes I'll be watching from bed, but it's like I'll be too tired to have headphones in, or I just don't put the headphones by the bed and I'm definitely not going to get up to get them or something. Usually, like, I always feel bad if I'm watching a stream. I wish there was a way to, like, always see the text of what's happening. Actually, I saw on Twitch that there's an option to add, like, automatic transcoding, or what's it called? The subtitles, like automatic translation on YouTube or on Twitch. I don't remember. I turned it on. I said yes, but I think it's a thing that's in Twitch. Cool. All right. Let me see if I can find that demo I was talking about, and I'll at least show you that. You know who told me about this the other day? Shout out to Zara. Zara's a fellow YouTuber and Twitch streamer, and we met through the game dev community during a game jam on Twitch, I believe, a few years ago or something. And honestly, I've been on Twitch so long now that some of the friends I made on Twitch I've actually known for like 5 years or something now. Zara, I don't know. I think maybe we met four years ago. I'm guessing something like that. All right, I'm looking for the demos. It's usually under scenes or demos. Examples. Multiple condition example. Oh yeah, these are the it's called Fungus Examples. And each one of these, oh, here's the first it was right here. It was open from the other day. Here, I'll show you what this looks like. This is so cool because I always felt like I'm not gonna have time to learn how to do this from scratch, like toxic FG. Oh, toxic nickname. Okay. So yeah. Alright, so when you press play, you can just say maximize here. I swear this worked the other day, but it's not working now, so. Okay, let me try pressing stop and then start again. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so this is an example of fungus, and it says this is most peculiar. I need to get my legs under me. I mean, we can change all this out. That's just a demo, but it's got the text that comes up, and then basically says like a little storyline, gives you an idea like between two people. Blah blah blah, and these are really cute, you know. But I mean, we would swap all this out. And those guys talk. Luckily, you can actually move around while they're talking. And here it's got a little key already. And since we love doing Blender modeling, we could change this key with any other special type of key that we make too. That's what I would like work on a key all day long and like I would like bust out some Substance Painter and make some super awesome key or something. So you got, even when you got the key, it'll say what you can do with it, but I don't see like an inventory yet. But when you come over here to the lock, then it'll say, when combined with the key, it appears to have activated something. Better look around. Maybe the door. Why is the door floating way up there? Honestly, I probably... Oh, a button. And so it's already got the first person controller and the talking and all that. I found your button, John. Very well then. Riddle time. And then if I have it, I don't share it. If I share it, I don't have it. What is it? And then you can have multiple choice. See, it's already totally put together. So if you are one lazy ass mofo, then you could just get Fungus and you don't even have to learn a line of code. You could just do all this instead. That can't be it. Let's hear that again, John. So you'll see 50 million games like this on Steam, on Twitch, but I mean, you may, you know, even if you use this, at some point you might want to, you know, have your own features. So at some point you would definitely want to maybe go beyond what the demo offers. But this sure does offer a lot, and for someone like me who has like a million story ideas, and I don't really always have like the mental capacity to like pump out a story, like it's like there's certain ideas that come and go so fast. Like I have so many notes that it would be cool if I just had a system to create like a short chapter really fast. Like when I have those types of ideas, like do it in a night or do it in a day or do it in a week or something, you know? So this is a really good option, this thing called Fungus. And this would be really fun to collaborate with other people too. Unity makes it relatively easy, especially if you're willing to pay a price to do the collaboration Unity collab thing. So technically you can collaborate with other people, but I did have to pay a fee a little bit. I forget exactly how much it was. There is like a deal if you do it with a friend or with a team or whatever. I had to sign up for Unity Teams and get signed up with an organization, and then I had to receive a seat on that organization. And all of this was like something like I forget if I had to pay for my own seat. Anyway, it was a little jumping through hoops, but I do have Unity collabs set up for like 3 different organizations. One friend, I think he was saying he was doing rollerball or some shit like that. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do rollerball. Maybe if it was something else. Because I did rollerball like 5 or longer years ago. It was like one of the first things I did. And it's like it only goes so far, you know. At least with this, you could actually practice storytelling, and a lot of ideas that I have already written down in my, you know, notes and stuff, I could actually pump out relatively quick. So this is just one example of what Fungus has, but Fungus has all these other really cool examples too. So, I mean, this is like where all games begin. Either by writing the code all from scratch, or you can start with a template, you know? Same thing with making your own website. As much as I wish I could say, oh, I was just gung ho about learning the code, like I bow down to the people that like go for the code first, because it just boggles my mind. So for me, I kind of really need like the visual help of like pictures and whatever the hell. I thought like Dreamweaver would help me with making a website at first, and like back in the day, it did kind of help. Like when, you know, you have like the WordPress or whatever, you make an update and then it'll show you what it looks like. But I don't know, I finally realized like certain ways do work better for me. So I've been using Bootstrap and PHP a little bit on my website and stuff. Cool. Oh, arts. the main part? Cool. Yeah, I would love to figure out a way to get my Discord popping off the hook. But honestly, I don't really have anything to offer right now except for it would be fun to maybe do like maybe when I do my Wednesday streams, maybe we could actually have group chats or some system where I don't know, we can integrate the chat. I'm finally starting to get over my fear of using Discord chat actually. I didn't even connect today. I'm not used to it yet, you know? Yeah, I don't know why me 6 will sometimes work and then other times will not work. So story of my life, you know? Me 6 is supposed to be able to do whatever. Well, what are you doing today, friend? Yeah, there's like I got this awesome new screen, plus I got my drawing pad. I'm in heaven. Alright, cool. So, if I ever seem distracted, it's because I'm looking at my other awesome screen. So we got these cool other examples, though. I just wanted to show you because I haven't actually even gone through all of these. I started going through them just the other day. Let's look at this one. Drag and drop. What's this? You can click maximize on play. That way when you press play, it'll maximize. This example shows using clickable and draggable sprites. Click and drag events are handled by blocks in the flowchart. Using the object, click and drag the X event handlers. I'm still learning how the events work in the animators animation clip situation. This is so cool how it all comes with Fungus though, you know. I really do find that awesome. I like okay, so this one interacts with that one, like you can like kind of nudge it. This is so cute, you know. They're so cute. Have you thought about making the systems that you've used for your games an asset for the asset store in the future? So cute. All right, what else do we have here? Oops. I meant to not play. I meant to come over here and say, ooh, conversation? Narrative log? Let's try this. I'm just curious, what are all the options, you know? And since this is a super popular asset package that's been around for years, that's why you'll probably recognize it like a classic adventure narrative story game. It looks so much like a lot of games that are out there because a lot of games have actually used it or taken inspiration from the style of system, and it's freaking awesome that it's free on Unity. It's free to use Unity and it's free to use this asset. You just have to get it on the asset store. Save after 2 or 3. Whoa, okay. Here's like where you can have a save. Like it's already got the save menu option. But I mean, if you don't know how to if you don't know how to do any coding, if you're gonna try to like integrate like more than one of these demos or something, I don't know, man. I would say like I wouldn't know how to do it either. And now to test the scrolling of this component. Alright, now what? I thought it was gonna scroll. Oh, it's scrolling. It's just. Wait, is it scrolling? Nope. I don't know. Alright, never mind. I'm done. That's cool though. They got all these different awesome menu options. Okay, and then the say dialogue. I want to see what is the custom say dialogue. This is just, I believe, where it's a conversation back and forth between people. Wow, I've got my own say dialogue. Big whoops, so do I. Okay, the only reason the visual novel engine and tools are already code is because it was part of the deal to get some funding for the erotic game. Rrrr. So awesome. Yay. Hell yeah. I haven't actually checked out any crazy shit in a while until last night. I found myself on Newgrounds, and then one thing led to another, and I was suddenly on Hentai Foundry for a little bit, and I was like, my jaw was like dropped to the ground, and I was like, tentacles! I was like, Saturday night, woo! I wasn't even like drinking or anything. I was just like looking at funny indie games, and yeah, that was my idea of a fun Saturday night. Oh yeah. So what else was in here? Anything else? That's it. All right. Cool. That's a perfect example. Google Poly. They got the different types of prefabs. So if you wanted to change what the button looks like, then you would come over here to the button prefab, and then check out what this component. Wait. Okay, this has got a collider on it, a transform, a script, and I don't actually see. Okay, if you double click on this, then it'll open up the button prefab, and this is where you can see what is this object. This object is this model right here, and the model is a mesh render and material, and then because this thing has an animation on it, the animation is on the parent, and the parent, they call it a parent-child relationship. It's just a folder or a group system, I don't know, but sometimes it's called a parent and a child, or a folder or a group, same thing. So the button is the parent of the default, I guess, child. And this is where the collider and the flow script is what has the animation on it in this case, because it's part of the Fungus deal. They got this awesome flowchart, and here it is, where you can actually see it. This doesn't zoom in and out. That's 100% zoom. That's right. It's all good. I got a new screen. It's a little bit bigger. Thanks for those likes, by the way. I noticed that 2 people liked the stream. Yay. Well, I really appreciate everyone. Anyway, I just wanted to stop by today. It's Sunday, and it had been a while since I had done a stream on YouTube, and I didn't really have a chance to do... Oh, you know what I did have a chance to do? Is I made a Unity project that, as a thank you, freaking badass animated thank you in Unity for all my Patreon supporters and Twitch subscribers. So anyway, this is how you could go about editing this, but honestly, there are some extra steps, because if you have a prefab like this and you're looking at an example demo like we are right now, and you're like, oh, there's the button, but I have my own button, I want to switch out, you know, this button for my own, I would just like warn you to like watch out a little bit, because sometimes the animations might be connected to the actual object itself. The thing is that with the flowchart, you have to understand, I guess, so the flowchart is just the system that we haven't really worked with yet, because there's the basic bitch Unity animation system that is the default that it comes with, and then there's this Fungus system, which is what, you know, you can download from the animation. You can download it from the Unity store, and you can find it by searching for, I don't know, I think we search. I just went directly for it because I heard about it. I knew it was called Fungus. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, friend. Yeah, I imagine you're in bed. If you're on the iPad, I don't want you to have to like type out in bed on the iPad. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm always excited to hear what my friends are making. Anyone that's doing games. Uh, yeah, I'm totally receptive to hearing what people's creative projects are. The only thing I'm totally obviously not receptive of is like when people send unsolicited dick pics. I always have to tell people dick pics okay, dick pics not okay. But if you're working on an erotic game, then I would be curious to hear about it. You know, just don't send me any dick pics without letting me know that, hey, by the way, I'm working on a dick game. Want to see some dick pics? Sometimes I do get a kick out of adult games, but it's not really my main focus. Honestly, I hadn't really ever tried any until recently. So that's why it's on my mind. All right. Well, anyway, mostly I would like to say that I like to mark my stream mature in general, but on YouTube, obviously, we get all age groups. I'm sure. I've had my friends' kids like be like commenting on my video, be like, "Hey, I watched your video. You're my mom's friend." I'm like, "All right, yay." Yeah, let me know if you need some help with the art. If you actually think my art is good enough. I was gonna practice some art after I look at a couple more of these. I guess I'm almost done looking at these. I kind of got the idea of which ones I want to use. You can enter your name right here. And you can change what any of this looks like so it would suit your own game. Drag and drop? Oh yeah, wait, is that... I don't know if there's more than one. I need to do some more tutorials about how to do the events in Unity because they're always right there by the animation clips that I'm working on. Yay! Alright, well, I'll definitely be around. You know where to find me if you need some voice acting or some art. I'll try my best. Especially when I can, like, help pay my bills a little bit. I'm always, like, open to discussing collabs, but I'm so, like, limited for time. I'm always, like, getting old too, so I'm always thinking, like, how much time do I actually have left? I never used to think that way, but now that I'm old, you know, it's always, like, kind of in the back of my mind. I'm a little bit more selective than I used to be. Alright, I was gonna open it up a different project. Come on, Unity Hub, don't do this to me. Oh, alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. I guess I'll shut this first. Alright, because my computer graphics card will sometimes have a problem. Okay, so there's this awesome cyber quest, but the thing I wanted to show you is called credits. Let me find it and then I'll show you. Honestly, friends, I am going to work on some art today, but I'll probably take a little break in a bit here and eat some lunch. Oh yeah, you know what? I found out that Treat Stream also works through Unity, or also works through YouTube as well. So technically, people can send pizza. Okay, CyberQuest. The one that says credits is the one I want. Found it. I did find it, but then it's like incorrect path. Alright, let me try to tell this thing where it is. I was thinking about showing you guys this situation over here. I don't really know how the personas works though. You can go over here to pixel or export. That's probably what I'll do when I get off the phone with you, friends. I'll go look at some more tutorials. I never really, you know, feel comfortable like streaming that type of thing. Sometimes I'll have a tutorial up on the side and I'll be going through it. But unless I have like express permission, I don't usually like to do tutorials unless I'm not live. But it would be cool if there was a series of art tutorials that it was okay to like actually watch and go through while I'm streaming. Just because I usually stream, like, I usually just hang out while I'm streaming. So yeah, Personas has freehand selector tool. And it's got some other cool oh yeah. Here's the brush situation. And then there's like the special brushes that I got here. Like the raw straws brushes right here. They do work beautifully on here. You just have to be in the raster version of Affinity Designer has a raster version, even though it's a vector program. You can go into raster mode and use these awesome raster brushes, and then you can switch back into the vector mode. I just think that this is the coolest thing. And I'm probably gonna still look for some more tutorials. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't really I think it's like you just can't zoom it in too much if you're in a raster version, because it's still gonna look like crap if you zoom it in beyond 100%. But once you have that, and then you can bring it back into the vector version and scale it. Oh my god, alright, there we go. So then you can go back into, instead of personas, go back to designer. What does export mean? Is this like another... Okay, this is, you know how like in Blender they have the different views, like the different viewports. You'll have the 3D viewport, you'll have like the other options, like even video editing option. The ones I use are the layout, the 3D viewport, the render tab, the shader material tab, and the UV editing tab in Blender. Here in Affinity Designer, you've got Personas, Designer, and Pixel, and Export. I'm still learning what the hell all these are. This was just the export, so I think these are just export settings. You don't really need, I guess, to do all this stuff, but if you want to just get back to Designer, just go to File, Personas, and then Designer instead. And then once you're back in Designer, then you can take this layer that you made in the vector setting, and then you can move it around like this, and you can keep it like this. You can pretty much use it as if it's a vector, but you know, once you make it bigger than it originally was, then you'll eventually start to lose some quality. But isn't that cool how you can switch between vector and raster? It totally makes me want to make some more awesome, I don't know, shirts or things. I heard that when you're making shirt designs though, you want to have hard surface edges of your brush, because when they're actually printing out the ink, you know, anytime you're having an edge of a print for a shirt, then you want to make sure the edges are good. I know. I would love to do some more human drawing. I took a lot of drawing classes in the past, believe it or not. But I did more sitting in drawing classes, like watching other people drawing. Because I did a lot of art modeling, which means like I couldn't draw at all while I was sitting there. But in San Francisco, they had the Bay Area Models Guild, and they were proud to be models, like artists and models, like, you know, for each other. So a lot of the models were artists and vice versa. And most of them would come to the workshops and do art as well as model. And sometimes they would have workshops with a ton of models. Like, I don't remember, like maybe even like 20 or more models at once. Because they had a lot of models there. I remember one time there was this crazy event where there was like 5 different stations in this big, I don't want to call it a warehouse, but it was big enough to be a warehouse. It was like maybe at a school or something. A really huge ass room with like 5 or 6 different areas where they had models stationed, and like they would have the timing, like different poses, and all the artists would be there with their cool canvases, and they would all like have the different times, like the different stations would be like short poses, then they'd have the longer pose station, and then the one station that was like all 3 hours, like one person would be sitting there the whole 3 hours. But they were humane about it, and they would say if you had to do, if it was longer poses or whatever, they would say I think it was every half hour you had to have 5-minute breaks, so you could choose if you wanted to have like a longer break once an hour or once every half hour, whatever you wanted to do. Basically, they were usually pretty open-minded about that. I personally never wanted to get up if I could just sit there the whole time and never move at all. I would try not to like drink any fluid so I wouldn't have to pee. But it was never really, can never really plan it out. Normally they would encourage you to get up anyways, so you might as well be comfortable. Alright, well, we're not really doing anything here. I just wanted to show you how that was cool. The thing with the credits that I wanted to show you. But it's all good. I feel like the more you know, it is a good thing. Credits. I might reset this a little bit so that I have different lists of people, but right now it's current Patreon supporters, current Twitch subscribers, and I've just been kind of like going to my current CSV file from Twitch, and that's how I've been getting the names. So, and then I just like update it once a month lately. This is kind of a new thing, and I only have had like 2 videos come out, maybe like 2 or 3 videos, because one on my other channel where I had used this as the end credits with the cool like thank you and everything. So I guess I'll just press play. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone, you know, and show you these cool credits because everyone's awesome, man. I'm pumped up that we have a channel here on YouTube and a channel on Twitch, and that we have a supportive community, even though I'm still a noob and I'm still learning, and I just try to like minimize any self-deprecating thoughts because I really do my best to stay optimistic even during crazy times in the world and all. So I have to like make a conscious effort to like stay calm and exercise and get healthy food and water and, you know, be healthy and all that good stuff. So I hope everyone else is able to maintain as well. Sometimes I feel like I'm on the brink of the edge, man. But then I just dive into Unity and it makes me feel so much better. Alright, here's what it looks like. Maybe you didn't show up on the file that I downloaded because maybe because you had a name change lately or something like that. Sometimes I see your name on there, but yay! What do you think? Do you like that, friend? Yeah, I was thinking since this is a WebGL project, then I can put this on my website and it'll be a little bit of like an incentive for people to tip me on Patreon or on Twitch. And I mean, there's not really much here now, but it could become something like a portfolio piece where people can go into different parts of the game. The game. Yay! Hey, Mark Garcia! Nice to see you, friend! Hey, there you are, right there. There's Overdrive in the list. Right there at the bottom. Most recent. Yay! Nice to see you. I was trying to come up with the most, like, the best lists for this, but I might change it later or something. But I was so proud to get this many lists lined up. I was like, it was really feeding my OCD. I was like, oh yeah, I got all these lists of supporters all lined up perfectly on the credits sheet. It's just beautiful. Maybe I'll try to make a better one later, but I did want to try to make some other little options in here, not just credits, but you know, some other cool shit where people can click on buttons and do things. And my next step was to put that on my website as like, you know, just embedded as WebGL. So that'll be my next little portfolio piece. Hey Sniper, welcome friend. Thanks so much for stopping by. Nice to see you. Guess what? I found out that TreatStream is integrated with YouTube now. So I was like, bow chicka bow wow. And then I linked up my TreatStream with YouTube, and because the TreatStream is linked up with Streamlabs, it's all like a part of the alert system. So in case you didn't know, and as long as you live in a regular city that gets stuff like DoorDash and other services like that, you likely have the option to choose TreatStream. One time we lived in a small town, and that's when I discovered TreatStream. And I was like, oh no, they don't deliver in the small town, you know, like it's not available. And also, way back then, they required 500 followers, and at the time, I didn't even have 500 followers or something. And so that was so long ago. Man, that was probably back in like 2013 then or 2014 that I realized about TreatStream. So, but yeah, now they have more locations and they're integrated with Twitch and YouTube and Streamlabs. Oh, you can't sleep, friend? Cool. Well, I'm not going to help you with that because I've been drinking coffee. I'm not going to be helping anyone sleep anytime soon, probably, unless I'm just boring the shit out of you. unless you really hate Unity, then it might put you to sleep. But I can't imagine. I have so much fun. Every day I look forward to opening Unity. Every day, like even before I get anything done, I will just open up Unity, and then by the time I've had coffee and I'm like ready to conquer the next thing I was doing in Unity, it's like already open. One thing you can do is turn down these goddamn gizmos. I do really like these cute little light pictures, but they're insane. So you can turn them down right there. I also don't always like, there's some things that I like, some things I don't like here. So, yeah, I had built this the other day. It's kind of ready to go on the website. And I had learned a little bit about, there's like a certain just embed format, and it's not hard or anything, but you just have to put the HTML file that gets spit out by Unity in the WebGL build, and then you gotta like do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. Today I'm on like an up kind of a day, you know. I think in general I'm a bit of like a bipolar type of person. Not exactly diagnosed or anything, but you know, I have my ups and downs, and today is a good day in general. I'm feeling good. So, thanks for asking. You're I won't be bouncing off the walls. At least I won't be falling asleep anytime soon. I'm just like, once I first wake up, I gotta have a cup of coffee, and I don't really chug these days. I'll be like sipping on it all day. I've been sipping on the one cup of coffee here, so nothing too crazy. Normally on Sundays I might just like, you know, just pour a little vodka in there, but not today. Definitely not lately. I'm just like not doing that type of thing lately, but once in a blue moon I'll get a wild hair up my ass and do be something like, oh, it's Sunday, woo! I used to do like mimosa Sundays or like shot of vodka in my coffee. Like that's my mentality, but my body will ask me to please don't. So I don't really do that very often. I don't drink much, but when I do, I like to make sure it's delicious and fun. And hasn't been recently. Have not been drinking recently. Just trying to be healthy and keeping an eye out for my wellness and with the pandemic and everything. Just trying to be healthy as possible and not get carried away with anything that can bring my immune system down. So trying to keep an eye on all that. You're heading to bed. Okay, friend. Thanks again for stopping by. Well, I guess that was the main thing I was gonna tell everyone about was these cool credits. And oh, I guess the last other thing I could show you is the Cyber City. That's the thing I was actually gonna open up and work on today. You can say open project, and then this is the only other awesome thing that I would tell you in my vlog. If I was truly gonna do a live vlog, I couldn't finish it without telling you about our awesome cyber. I can show you the CyberQuest game, but there's a few things that are a little bit broken with it right now. But not for long. We're making some progress on this, like working on it a couple hours a day, so eventually we'll. Oh god. Oh yeah! I opened the brand new. I got the brand new Unity 2020, and it's super pretty. Look at how beautiful. If you weren't already enamored by Unity, then look at that presentation. Oh, those beautiful purple, blue, and green particles. Those are my favorite colors. How do they know? I'm in heaven. Sweet. That would be so cool, friend. I'm always down for freelance work whenever I'm available, and I'm pretty much like at the whim of Martian Games. Any chance I can help us grow our studio and get us ahead. That's been my goal for like 8 years, and so I'm really excited. We finally have some stuff like coming out on Steam, and thanks to Discord, actually, we've been able to grow the community more as well. Like just being able to chat with the community in Discord has been really cool. But yeah, thank you for thinking of me, and you know where to find me. So Just let me know. I got my rates on my site. JenniNexus.com/rates. As for like channel art and stuff though, for harder stuff like 3D modeling and other things, sometimes might be a little bit more. But for indies, sometimes free, you know? I'll work for free. Sometimes. It just depends, you know? Depends on the passion. Alright, so actually yesterday where I had left off is trying this thing that I had downloaded the script from the internet because I made the okay, so I did not make the 3D models in this project, but what I did do is put together this awesome scene where we're actually going to be continuing this awesome scene and making this cyber city like basically a story within the cyber city and working on a few different aspects, you know, right now and over the next like through the weekend and this week and then basically a couple hours a day until it's done. So we got the cyber city loading on up and then I'll show you basically where we left off last night. Where I left off was I had added these scripts that I didn't really understand. I don't know, I heard about this way to maybe take a shortcut of when you do like a top-down scene and you can have a parent object with like different points as children, and each of those points will be a part like a point along a path that you can animate your camera, because I wanted to take the camera and animate it around the city and show off all the cool shit that we're animating and stuff. So it turns out that the best way to do that is to animate your camera along a path, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna learn how to do that. And anyone like me knows that, you know, that sounds great in theory, and then as soon as you try to do that thing, then you break it. So I kind of broke it, and that's where I had left off. And whenever, like, sometimes I'll take my Lexar solid state hard drive and I'll plug it in a different port, and then it has to rebuild the whole project, I guess. Alright, hey, actually, that didn't take too long. Well, here's the city, and I was trying to hook up this other thing so the camera actually works differently than it normally does. But luckily, I know my cameras, and I can turn on the correct one in just a second here. So under camera views, there's this one called spline camera, and this is the one that was all fucked up. This associated script cannot be found. What script is that supposed to be? Audio listener script? Audio listener script. I don't see a listener script actually for audio. But it's okay, as long as you can press play, then there's sometimes you'll get all kinds of errors, but as long as they are just yellow and not red, sometimes you can still play. Okay, let me turn this off and then my main camera back on, and then I can show you what we had, and then I can tell you that I'll warn you again, it's a little bit broken, but I can at least show you the part that's not broken. But when it starts to look broken, I just don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, here we go. Alright, here we are. Welcome to Cyber City! Sci-fi adventure with Jenni and friends. Haha. But when I press play, like, oh, you know what? Because also I forgot to... We turned on the right camera, but then we forgot to unmark... This one right here needs to not be tagged main camera anymore. Stop that. Just kidding. Okay, untagged, and then turn this off as well. All together. and make sure this is turned on and that this is main camera. I'm learning how to have multiple cameras because it's super cool. You can have different scenes, and then as long as you have different camera for each scene, then you don't have to worry about animating your camera all the way over there. Okay, and then it tells you, but this thing kind of disappears, so if you're a slow reader like me, then... So right now it's a little bit weird because we had started off by making our own quest system. Like, go do this, go do that, and then we decided to try this dialogue system. And the dialogue system is... I don't know, it's like basically two systems in one right now. So we're using WASD, but I also have to use the mouse to turn my head, which is kind of weird. But it's also kind of awesome. It's definitely way more awesome than some things I can think of. Some things are weird, but like not awesome. Other things are weird and awesome. So we had gotten as far as... We have a whole story lined up for this project. But first you gotta talk to this girl. And she's like, hey, did you see the news? Unfortunately, this is where it kind of gets broken. But basically what we're gonna tell her... No, I didn't see the news yet. And so what you can do is you tell her, we're trying to make it so that you can respond, but since the camera is connected to my mouse, it can't respond until we press escape. But by the time you press escape, it also chose whatever one of those things and made it go away. But it did do the thing where it turned on the TV, because then this is gonna actually have a news broadcast. Right now it just has like a video render texture on the TV. But later it's going to have a broadcast, like an actual news broadcast. So that's something I'm actually excited about, is we're going to make a really fun little mini moment, you know, like in Grand Theft Auto where there's always shit going on the TV. We're going to have a news broadcast happening over there. And then, so I wanted to say, oh yeah! Fuck. Oh, pardon my French. What you got to do, because you got to press the window key or something. You gotta press escape. You can't really respond to her yet, but at least you can move forward, you know? And then I wanted to talk to her more. You can't, I don't know how to choose this. Like, oh wait. They're not even like highlighting because the UI is overlapping right now. Normally these would highlight when you're able to select them. But see how like my amount, anyway. So when I click on that, it doesn't do anything. But you can escape to get out of it at least, so. I'm just letting you know where we're at now, because next time you see us, then I'll give you an update, you know? So one thing that does still work is when you get close to the door, you can press F to open the door, and it'll transport you down to the alleyway, which is basically downstairs from the apartment that we just came from. And something I was really excited about, as well as like getting all these little components animated. But this thing is not just animating towards me, but he's actually coming towards us, and then he's our companion, and we got this little robot dude to follow us around everywhere we go. He stays just a few feet behind us. And so what I wanted is, okay, so this thing right here has like a looping animation on it. This right here is this cute little drone, and so we put that animation on there, and these guys both have just idle animations, so the people are idly animated. This car is accidentally animating its wheels right now. It's supposed to be parked. But the other cars, we're trying to get the other cars on the spline animation. We're also going to use that cool spline animation script for the camera when we want to render out some cool different options. So you can go basically anywhere in town right now. It's like open world. You can even jump. You can jump on this guy and be like, hey, I want to buy some things. I want to buy a giant squid. I would like to buy this gigantic shrimp, please. And then you can come over here to the pink kitty. This is where all the action goes down. Last night I started to animate this door, but it's not completely done yet. This person does have some voice acting. We did start having an interaction with this person, but I turned it off because some other reason. We're not done with it yet. So this person does have... There's an interaction where we'll be able to select, and there's voice acting where you talk, and they're like, oh yeah, you want so and so in the pink kitty? Yeah, they're inside by the bar, you know, but you gotta like enter through the back or something. So this door will open. I don't know. So there's all these things. We always go directly onto the stripper stage, so we're gonna fix that. I'm actually gonna redesign the whole interior here, and we've actually made some nightclubs before. We did a 3D nightclub before, but this one I didn't actually make any of these 3D assets. We're just playing with some cool 3D assets that we got from the Unity Asset Store. So you can tell that this is super like squished in here, and no one can enjoy themselves. It's not fun. But this guy does have a question mark, and this will be a quest right here. So we do have a start of some quest stuff happening, and we have some storyline, and we're gonna redesign the interior so it's not so squished in here. And part of the reason of having the different cameras is that I'm pretty sure like once we go into like the different locations, we'll make it so that we have maybe some different options for the cameras. I don't know. We're definitely going to redesign the interiors so you don't walk directly onto the stage. And if we're going to keep these poles here, we'll make it so that you don't have to like go behind the bar to like get a dance or whatever, because like back here, there's the quest. You have to like walk directly in front of him, and then it'll trigger the quest. So he says, "Hey man, can you get me some small?" And then I'm like, yeah. We actually got pretty far with this. So the small was supposed to be over here. Oh, he gave us money. We already like gave him the small, and then there's supposed to be the money that he gives us. The way to get the small is like over. Oh, this red brick right here is the small. I don't know. All right, I have them set right there because I was gonna like I think assign them to where we had them. This is where I left off, so it's not done yet. But look at this awesome menu we got. The thing is the reason why I really like this project is that even though I cannot take pride, I cannot be proud for having made any of the art myself. I didn't really make any of this cool UI here, but the fact that we got it working this far, I'm just like, yes! And we've combined at least like 3 different asset packages and several different ideas and started each one of them. And each of those ideas and like features are at least partially working in here together. So we got the UI working, our original quest system, and the dialogue system all working. But yeah, not all of them. We didn't write all of them from scratch. We started with making the dialogue system from scratch. The one where he's like, "Hey, can you get me some small?" with the question mark above his head. That's the same quest system from the Mom's House game. And so we have actually been working on part of this for a while. But we're using all these other assets from this cool Cyber City and these other really cool options that are basically cooler than what we could have done on our own. A lot of this stuff isn't really set up yet, so you can close the menu. You can't actually select the purple stuff yet, so Martian Games is going to help me fix that part later. And that's pretty much where we'll be picking up. So yeah, so thank you to anyone who has been following along either on YouTube as a viewer, and special thanks to anyone else who's been tipping. Of course, I've been doing this like as a hobby for so long. I've had my YouTube channel since like 2012 or something. So I do really appreciate having an audience, whether it's like a few people or whether it's like my mom checking in every once in a while. Sometimes I get my family and friends checking in on my channel, so thanks. And if you found me through YouTube, then that's cool. Hopefully you like the channel. And I don't know, I got Twitch. Twitch is every Wednesday. I do creative and or game dev on Twitch every Wednesday evening. And I do change the times sometimes. So lately it's been Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Let's see if this works. Nightbot? No. Some of these awesome buttons that I have here, I don't have everything set up just yet, but all the time I'm trying to like make some extra cool options here. I have so many pop-ups, like, do they even work? Sometimes the pop-ups don't even work. Okay, let me see what we got here. I couldn't help but check this really quick. Alright, I checked. There's this right here. Let's see, does this button work? Sometimes they lose their connection. Oh no. Well, the chat works, but for some reason the Streamlabs, I guess, isn't set up right now for YouTube or something. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for hanging out, friends. I'll probably go eat some food. And I'm working on the UI today in the Cyber City, and maybe even like rearranging the interior, getting ready for that quest to happen. And then we'll also be working in the living room scene a little bit more. So I got a few things to work on today, and the emotes that I was gonna work on, like 15 different emotes for Discord, and then eventually start doing actually finishing some of those cool animated versions of the emotes for emojis for Discord. But yeah, thank you for hanging out, and I guess I'll show you my awesome end screen here. Thanks so much to anyone that stopped by. My Meow Wars shirt. If you haven't checked out Meow Wars on Steam, they're awesome. I had checked that. I checked them out at the PAX West last year. So, yay! I'll see you next time. Maybe later today. Maybe tomorrow. Definitely on Wednesday. I'll be on Twitch, and then once a month Patreon only stream on YouTube. So, stay in touch, friends. Catch you later.